Now let's add PHP to this page of profile.php. So back to my editor, right at the top, I'm gonna require my database file, session file, and function file here. So I can copy those files from my file of advanced.php. So copying these header, I don't have to add the confirm login because it will be a public page. So adding these ones, then adding PHP scope. Now in this PHP scope, first of all, we will fetch our data. So adding a comment here. So first thing first, we have to get this search key parameter of username that is equal to Jazib. So right here, I will have this variable of search query parameter that will be equal to super global of get, and it will get my username from the URL bar. Then on the next line, we will have our database connection. So global connecting DB, and then we will have our SQL. So SQL will be select all the columns, not all the columns. Let's only select those columns which we need here. So select my column of a name, a headline, a bio, a image from my table of admins, where username column is equal to this named parameter. So I just mentioned column of my table admins. Let me show you which ones. I mentioned a name, a headline, a bio, a image, and based on the username, we will fetch our data. So as I made this username to be unique one at the time when we are registering our user, so we will have only one username in our table, so we can use this field to fetch our data. So right on the next line, I will add stmt variable that will use our database connection of connecting DB, and it will prepare our SQL, and then we will bind the value. So stmt object calling the method of bind value and putting my named parameter here, that is user name. So let's go with this style, and for the value we will put our search query parameter. Then we will execute our query, so calling the method of execute, and then I will have this variable of result which will take our stmt object and call the method of row count. So we have to make sure if the user enters something which exists in our table of admins, then we will show the admins data. Otherwise, we will show some error message. So I will have this if condition here, and I will say that if this variable of result is equal to 1, then only fetch data. So data rows will be equal to this stmt and call the method of fetch. Now here we will have couple of variables. So variable will be existing name that will get our data rows of a name. Then we will have our next variable that will be existing bio, so it will get a bio. Then we will have our variable of existing image that will get a image. Then we will have our variable of existing headline that will get a headline. Let's indent our code. Okay, so now we have to echo these existing name, bio, image and headline at the place where we need. So going down to the main area, so you can see we have this first header in which I have to show my name. So I will add PHP scope in which I can echo name of the admin. So existing name, then existing headline here, and then putting the image here after images slash echo existing image, then putting my text here. So echo existing bio and ending of p tag. So if I save this one and refresh my page, so it's showing me Jazib Akram only because Jazib Akram don't have any picture, and also he does not have any headline here, and also no bio. So if I browse some other username of Xerox121, so this is our Zelu admin. So if I browse other admin of Zoe333, see, now we got this username. So if I give it some wrong username like Zoe33378, so we are getting this error. So at the time when our username does not exist, we have to send the public to blog PHP with the error message. So going up. So if this result is equal to 1, then fetch this data. Otherwise, in the else block, I will have session error message that bad request and redirect to our page of blog.php. Page is equal to 1. So now if I save this one and refresh my page, see, now I'm being redirected to the page of blog.php. So now if I click on this Jazib, it's browsing me Jazib's data. If I go for Xerox 121, Xerox data, if I make Xerox 121 to Xerox 1214, see, bad request. So if I go to this page again, Jazib, and let's delete this Jazib from here, still the bad request. And if I go again to the page of Jazib and remove all of this, still the bad request. So if I go again on this page and remove all of this and give it some search query parameter of password is equal to 1234, enter, still the bad request. So we handled these type of scenarios on all of our public pages, and you might be wondering why I'm so much concerned about when showing the data to the public. It's because of you cannot trust the users on your site whether they are gonna get the information out of your site or whether they are here for just to exploit the security of your web. So don't trust anyone when it comes to show data to the public. That's it for the course. In the next movie, we will take a deeper look inside our course and try to remove bugs in case if we get.